How's everybody doing? Well, I recorded it, but it doesn't look like I need to record it because it came right up on. I got a lot to talk to y'all about. I'm going to talk about it's the gold chains. Like Donald Trump, the gold. He's fat. Well, then they're going to show you how he fixes his hair in the mornings. How Trump does his hair, the comb over, or how we perceive, or how we would think Donald Trump does his hair. Are you kidding me? Like it's some kind of glued on mess. Whatever it is, that's what he's mimicking. Christian Bale is always Donald Trump. Christian Bale bailing on Christianity when he returns as the Antichrist. So, yeah. Jamie, what'd you think about that LSU Florida game? I told my friend, Russell, I was like, well, in 2001, when they moved the game because of 9/11, Florida lost a game they were supposed to win at home. It was a game they moved due to 9/11, and they moved it to the end of the season. Cut 19 years later, which is what they named this illness, blankety blank 19 or blank 19 dash 19. For 19 years later, Florida again. Now you got to remember Gainesville. The devil's advocate came from Gainesville, Florida. They are the orange and the blue lodge, and the color orange that comes to 33. Well, they like making a spectacle out of the team from Gainesville. And guy throws a shoe, which cost them the game. And of course, there's a lot of spiritual reasons why you win and lose that game. If the coaches aren't sort of theatrically staging it, and I showed y'all Kyle Trask last week with his upside down pyramid hand signal while sitting on the bench. But all the world's a stage, and he's up for that Heisman Trophy. But you can have spiritual overtakings too. I mean, just assume that everybody on that field, coaches and players, are of their father, the devil. I mean, how many of those gentlemen are actual sheep, where they've repented of their fornications, so on? I mean, even Tim Tebow pretended to be a sheep. He couldn't have been. He was the biggest goat of them all. False wolf in sheep clothing he was. Praying in public, which the Bible says clearly do not do. Clearly, the Bible says, go into a room and shut the door by yourself. Get into a closet. And he made a spectacle of himself. They started calling it Tebowing. And I showed y'all how he did goat yoga. And I think Tim is, born that way, if you know what I'm saying. And, but he's married to a beard supermodel. But spiritually, field goals can be made or missed by the fallen ones, just making one ball go through the goalpost, and the other ball, floats wide left, wide right, whatever. Gets inside a kid, makes him throw a shoe. He can't believe why he just did that. Many a man has killed people and then been sitting in jail going, I don't even know why I did it. I was dumb. Well, you're in here for the rest of your life. Well, when you're of your father, the devil, sheep are born lost, but they're born sheep, but goats are born goats. Now, a lost sheep or a goat could be controlled in that manner. Believe it. So it was very interesting, though, that 19 years later, on the Twin Tower 2 Trumps year, we're still waiting, that a game that got moved to the end of the season, favored to win the game, you lose. Florida sat out their best player, Kyle Pitts. Sat him out. Dude said he was able to play. The only other game they lost, they sat out their best defensive tackle. All the world's a stage. If you don't understand they're controlling this college football mess, they want the four horses of the apocalypse in there. They want Notre Dame in there. Clemson is the orange, the 33. Alabama is the crimson tide of blood. We showed you that in the last video. How the Welcome to the Machine video had waves and waves, ocean waves of red lifting up the monolith. Yes, after 1/4 of the earth is dead to war, death, famine, Revelation 6:8, then the monolith will rise. Trump will return. The One World Tower, One World Trade Center rises back up. 2 Trumps go down, the one rises back up, or the 2 Trumps disappear, I should say. Clone seemingly murdered, and the human goes like Palpatine into perdition. Like the Dark Knight rises, he spiritually rises out of the pit. It goes into perdition. Revelation 11:7. So, yeah, I thought that was interesting with the American Hustle. Thought that was interesting at the Gator game. Going to get to a few gematria items. I went ahead and looked up Space Odyssey in gematria. It comes to 666, December 18th. So let's add December 18th to our list. I wanted to show y'all something here too. If I were to multiply a number times 2005 and then divide it back by 2005, let's go back to the number. Take that same number and multiply it by 2006. Same number, 2007, so on and so forth. What if I told you, now the number is representing me and another person. You know how in the Bible we have a book of numbers? For some reason, the Lord's always communicated with me through numbers. I told you my favorite number growing up was 24. Back then, I called it a lucky number. You don't want to use the word lucky. Lucky comes from Lucifer. That's why they say good luck constantly, especially in James Bond movies. And boy, if you watch anything to do with sports, like I watch all kind of college football stuff, not only is good luck or whatever, but it's pride. They use the word pride. I'm so proud, or we take pride non-stop. But the way that the Lord showed me to do numbers is not like anybody else does numbers. It's not like the Chaldeans. It's not numerology. It's not any pagan related way. It's all done by multiplication. Their world is done by addition and adding numbers together to get one number, so on and so forth. Or gematria, which is the adding of numbers. Mine's always been multiplication. And this came to me when I was a kid. I've always had this and always been able to remember numbers. Sometimes y'all see me click down and look at a number like that 727. Tremendous meaning with the number 727 in my world. So that prompted me to click it and look down at it. I've never not be able to see numbers. And I used to think this is a part of demons or demonic activity that the Lord has yet to purge me of. And every time I'd quit, I couldn't seem to quit. And as I'm unable to quit, the Lord started showing me the truth. Like there's no free will. Hell is not eternal torment. The earth is not round. It's not a spinning ball. Like the Lord was just showing me everything. And I was like, so this is you talking, isn't it, Lord? Through the numbers. I can't not keep seeing these numbers. And I came across, in one way I would, like there was a thing about me, my number. Well, I was born July, so that's 7. I was born on the 6th, so that's 6. And I was born in 1961, so 7 times 6 times 1961, and my number was 82362. And my second wife, which I believe the Lord showed me that through numbers, the Lord showed me that entire marriage was meant to be and meant to fail. And it's a very long story. And I can show you all that story, and it would blow your mind. It would just blow your mind if I showed you all the connectivity with numbers in that story. But now we take her number, my second wife, 55244, times it by my number, 82362, and you get 45500006328. Well, when you take that number and times it by each year, first you get a 27. But there it is, 27, just the same. It's actually a 1227, which could be December 27. Then you get a 127, but it's way over to the left. But after that, everything is right down the middle, and it's every other year. 627, 127, 627, 127, 627, 127, 627, all the way down. Every other year, right in the middle of the number. And I decided to show you all this, not to freak y'all out or creep y'all out, because I know some of y'all might be like, oh my God. Yeah. It's a little part of me y'all have never known, but numbers are like, that's all I see. But the Lord also shows me other stuff, as you can see. He shows me stuff exposing their world, and he shows me the truth in the Bible. And I want to know what y'all think. How does that happen? And if you want to do that for yourself, just take 82362 times 55244 equals, oh, I'm sorry, and times 2005, for instance. I mean, I'll bring you one up. Let's just do one. Let's just do number 11, 2011, for instance. We'll get that 627 right in the middle, the 915, blah, 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 627. Let's do it. What'd I say, 2011, right? 2011 times, there you go. And see, to get her birthday, you divide it by 28, and it's 1973. She's October 28th, 1973. That was when Michael Jackson's This Is It. That's when Michael Jackson's This Is It came out on that Wednesday. It was on her birthday. And we marveled at it. I mean, I can tell you all the whole story of mine and her's relationship, beginning to end, through the numbers, and something about the death of a person that was a year older than me, the quarterback of our school. I can connect all the numbers and show you how everything about his death had everything in the world to do with mine and her's relationship, divorce, and it's a pretty long story now. I mean, it would involve 4 or 5 hour long videos to show it all the way through. I just don't know if y'all would be interested in it. But it's all pointed to the end times. I know now that it has. I know that the Lord is showing me the end times through all of this. Her second marriage number, what does that mean, Trey? Came to 88. And it was right in the middle of her mom's number, in the middle of her daughter's number. And she and I would watch Trump religiously. Yeah, it's just it's a very detailed Because, see, her number with her first husband's number, that would establish their their number together. That's her marriage number. It was 877. His birthday was August 10th, 1971. Times hers, you get to 87. Well, her next marriage to me is 88 or 872. It would just go up a number. So she and I were the 88. And it's very long. I would have to show you a ton of stuff, but that's how, through the course of a lot of time, did I come to learn that the Lord was showing me the end times. And I don't know if 127 is January 27th and 627 is June 27th. I don't know. Are they dates or are they numbers symbolically in another way? What do they mean? Maybe if we spell them out in gematria, Michael, they're going to tell us something. I don't know. So I didn't even mean to tell you all that today. The Lord just said, go ahead and share it with your group and see what they think. And some of y'all might bug out and be like, "Oh, it's spooky. No, I think he's of the devil. Bah, I'm getting out of here." But that's mysterious, y'all. That's math. And God is math. That's why you got a book of numbers. There's something about numbers, that God is numbers. That to its core, it's numbers. Because math it's like God, it's infinite. But it's like God, it's perfect. Perfect math. And that's why in their world, they've twisted everything and called it physics. When you watch that guy, Geordie Rose, tell you about the demons and the ghost in the machine, he starts talking about physics because they want to use numbers. They want it to be perfect math. They want to change time through perfect math. They want everything to be perfect through math. They can't do it. Because God, of course, is the perfect mathematician. So they have a fake physics is what they've got. But when I did the gematria for Space Odyssey, 666, December 18th, I told y'all we need to go ahead on. Yeah, that's why I went to it. I actually was on that page. You know, that's been right next to my timeline this whole time. And when I clicked on it, it was there. And I said, just tell them about it. Tell them what that is. December 18th. I guess we got to put it in because it's the Space Odyssey. Now, does something happen with aliens? I don't know. The 14, the 28s, those are all of the gray, so we're good. This keyboard is so old. There's no letters. I can't see the letters. So that's interesting. And what day is that? That is on a Friday, correct? Tuesday. Wuhan virus. Space Odyssey comes to Knights of Malta, South Carolina, West Virginia. So we'll have to keep an eye if Trump goes into any of those states. Number of a man, 33, of course. Barron Trump and Trump rally. Somebody sent me that. When I skimmed through it, it didn't make much sense. We'll go to your comments. And then we're going to go over a video I saw from Shaking My Head Productions, which I am absolutely sure is controlled opposition. I never did comment back to y'all on this, did I? I need to. I did a video reading all these. Said I would then comment and never did get back to it. Sledgehammer was released on 4/21, same day that Prince died. Okay. 4/21, 4, 2 becoming 1, 2 becoming as 1. Do you know that's what that number's always meant to me? Like numbers speak a whole language to me. The number 4 can mean FOR to me. And through numbers, I look at numbers and they could just tell me a story. But it's spiritual. It's something that the Lord does inside of me. But the Lord hadn't revealed to me anything about what day Trump's going to die yet, has he? So I am no prophet, that's for sure. 4 times 21 equals 84. 6 times 14, that's Trump's date, by the way. He was born 6/14. See, I see numbers. Like, I'm outing myself. I'm letting y'all know, like, I see numbers in everything. Trump, Obama. Oh, well, they said Trump, Obama's birthday. Well, Obama's birthday is 84. Trump's birthday is 6/14. Well, I like that because, by the way, my first wife, you ready for this? She was born on October 4th. And I was born 1961. Well, Obama was born on her birthday, my year. So, very, very easily, Obama could be the false prophet. Very easily. My best videos are Data Vid number 3, Data Vid number 6. You should check them out. I don't know why they're censoring my comments. It's only got 54 subscribers. Data Vid's number 6, he said. Purple Trump. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe. What was the other one they said? Number 3 and number 6. I think we just looked at number 6. Trump wants to revive the economy. These all look interesting. So, not sure who you are. And you know, I'm sure you're a real person, but did you know that I sit here and think that like Shaking My Head Productions and all of them are artificial intelligence? And sometimes I wonder if like the Holy Spirit, or since they can do that, what they do, that we can do the same thing. Michael the Archangel could start up his own YouTube site. If the fallen ones can be in the technology, why can't we be in the technology? Why can't our angels be in the technology? Why can't the Holy Spirit be in the technology? How do I know the Holy Spirit isn't one of these YouTube sites? If you don't hear anybody speak and you just see videos, you really have to question it. Like Angel White, Shaking My Head Productions. And Shaking My Head Productions, like I've told y'all, has a front man on Facebook. But just like Steve Jobs was a front man, he was a voice. He was a face for their whole computer world that we absolutely have no idea what the true origin and how it all began. And no. Nothing was from Steve Jobs. Nothing was from Steve. Nothing at all came from Steve Jobs. Nothing at all came from that schmuck idiot from Facebook. None of it. That was a manufactured story. And they did a movie about it. When they really want a fake story to sink in, they'll do movies. Zero Dark 30, Osama bin Laden, fakery. But if they give you a movie about it, you'll go, God, I got it now. I see how it all happened. That's so cool. They gave you the movie Lincoln. Never telling you that the real story of Lincoln.
Book that I was teaching out of.
The power was assassinated for his was General Robert E. Lee.
Was told here, Vatican's secret society, Jesuits in the New World Order. You can name it whatever you want, because I've seen it named different names, but it's just 2 hour and 57 seconds. So it might as well be 2 hours and 55 minutes, which it might as well be 3 hour. I've watched this thing 3 or 4 times. It's mind blowing. Here's my phone number, 1422. Shazam. But I digress. My point, by the way, our divorce date was 22. That person that I told you about that died was shot with a 22 bullet. Arguing over a car license tag that had 638 on it, and my divorce cost me $638. But she and I had a 22 in our addresses, both of our addresses, after she moved out. It was in both of our cell numbers, both of our home numbers, and both of our addresses. So 6 things combined, there was a 22. And lo and behold, the divorce date that I paid $638 for, she paid $1,500 to get a lawyer to see if she can get more money and so forth, which is natural. And it pushed it back to February 2nd, ended up being our divorce date. So it was 22, February 2nd, 2-2. And of course, Earl was shot with a 22, killed with a 22. Over that license tag, $638, which is how much the divorce cost. And then that's just the beginning. Again, like I told you, it's like a 5-hour story. At least. Yeah. There's your 22 right there. You know, there was a song called Strawberry Letter 23. Strawberry Letter 23 lyrics. The song is called Strawberry Letter 23, but yet in the song it says 22, Strawberry Letter 22. Why is that? Strawberry Letter 23, songs by the Brothers Johnson. A present from you, Strawberry Letter 22. The music plays. I sit in for few. Never heard it? Sure you have. I loved my soul music from back in the day.
The morning rain again, the sun does critical pigs can do. Play with my baby.
Strawberry Letter 23, and it never says 23. It always says Strawberry Letter 22. This one has the lyrics. So even the video should tell you. A present from you, Strawberry Letter 22, but it's called Strawberry Letter 23. Look, it just stopped on 153. Look at that. Look at that. 153 fish. You know what my next marriage number is? 53. 153, the bride of Christ. My next marriage is going to be to Christ. That's my number again, right? That's my first wife's birthday. Combined, that's my marriage number, 51. Then I got married again to that 88 lady I just showed you. So that's my 52 marriage. Guess what my next marriage is? 53. 153. WON 53. The 53 fish. Or if you just go 51 times 3, meaning my third marriage, comes to 153. So I'm not going to have a physical marriage anymore, am I? My next marriage is going to be to who? Everything has been told to me through numbers. Why is there a book of numbers when the book of numbers has nothing to do with numbers? But why is it called the book of numbers? Because numbers are real. That's why they use numbers in their evil world. But the Lord can speak to us any way that he wants. He spoke to Daniel through dreams. For some reason, he speaks to me through numbers. And I can't explain it. So I came to y'all and said, what in the world do y'all think that means? And y'all see what it ends at 2022. Is that the end of my life? Is that the end of this world as we know it? Pun intended. Look what's right in the middle of the next set of numbers. Do y'all see that? Let's purple it up. Remember who my first wife's number? Do you remember what it was? She was born on Obama's birthday. I shouldn't. 62. Well, that's the last number. See here, 628? It's right in the middle. My first marriage. So is that when our marriage, she would have just been a representation of marriages, of my true marriage, which would be to who? Exactly. And just to show you, 62848, if you divide that by the year she was born, you get 32. Divided by August, she was born on Obama's birthday, but the year Obama was born on her birthday, but the year I was born. And I should go like, ooh, that means Obama's the Antichrist. Ooh. No, I don't think he is. He's not hearing his own name, but Trump is. And Christian Bale on Christianity. Yep. So the last thing I wanted to show y'all, as if this hasn't been enough for one day. Sorry. This Shaking My Head Productions, extremely well done, 55 minutes. I'll put it in the comments. The Monolith Ritual, 2001: A Space Odyssey. And by the way, that person that was shot with that 22, that was on May 8th, 1978. And you know, Trump, everything with Trump is 58, May 8th, 58. He's got 58 rooms and Trump Tower is 58 stories tall, and there's 58 rooms at Mar-a-Lago. 58 bedrooms at Mar-a-Lago. God, I can't say it right. There it is. The house has 58 bedrooms. Trump Tower is 58 stories tall.
According to Wikipedia, Trump Tower is a 58-floor, 664.
And Earl was killed on May 8th, 58, 1978. Well, 1978, if you look at Revelation 19 verses 7 and 8, it's the bride of Christ, isn't it? Sure is. So Earl's death, something I never, how did I always remember that license tag number from 1978 of his mom's car that he was arguing over with his mom and apparently put his hands on and he shot and killed her. And I've got newspaper articles and all that saved. I mean, I can show you all the whole story. I don't know why that's in. Oh, that's from my New Living. Sorry. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine, clean linen and white. So those two verses are strictly about the bride. When you go to verse 9, which is the year I graduated, 1979, it no longer talks about the bride. These two are about the bride. It says the bride and then it says she. This moves into strictly the marriage supper of the Lamb. But the bride is not mentioned as bride or she. But if you want to include verse 9, that's fine. But that's the year I graduated. But Earl was killed 1978 on May 8th. So there's a lot of connections to their world and numbers that I've seen since I was a kid and numbers I've never forgot since I was a kid. For some reason, the Lord never, and I told y'all 24 was my favorite number. 24 is my favorite number, always my favorite. And Lord, behold, you look up Jesus in Strong's Concordance and it's G 2424. And my high school number was 42 and it sits in the middle of it because I couldn't get 24. Strong's Concordance G 2424. It's Jesus. Jesus. And 42 is right in the middle of it, which is what I wore in high school. I'll put this in the comments because it's kind of all over again. We've seen this before. Donald Trump, Donald 88. Then they're talking about the time travel and they're talking about Trump, that they said the Biff, Gematria, Back to the Future 2. There's the 88, and you're out of time. Twin Towers coming. Let's go ahead and double speed it up. Out of time. 9/11 tribute in light. 9/11 tribute in light, consisting of 88 lights. You can Google that. We've done it before. Trump Tower had 8 sides. I'm sorry. The Twin Towers, they each had 8 sides because the corners were flattened to where they had their own side. Let's finish that, then we'll go back and show you where that's true too. Unless it's future tense coming up here, it might be. Yes, that Biff was back. Yes, based on, yes. Yes, anarchy in the streets, yes. It's coming. That'll be what we call, after the assassination of World War III. We're a police state. It'll be worse than that. It'll be a United Nations state, martial law, army patrol, tanks in the streets, Hellville instead of Hillville, or Hill Valley. Trump Tower, out of time. 88, time's up. So when I married my second wife, and boy, you want to talk about something that came and went. And we still get along, and we always did. We have a special connection. We really do. I mean, she's been with a guy, but we saw each other well after the divorce, as a lot of people do. I wasn't mature at all. She wasn't either. Um, we both grown up a lot. She's doing great in her life, but I mean, the Lord grew me up from a very lost individual, that's for sure. Heavy astrologer, numerologer. And some of y'all might be going, well, ain't nothing changed there. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Test the spirits is all I can tell you. And that was the end of it. They did show this amazing lodge in New York City. And it's funny, it's at the Flatiron District, and I think they said it was in the Flatiron Building. This guy here speaking came from an item called Secrets in Plain Sight. How do they get away with not even showing you? Look how elaborate this is. Look how elaborate this is done. You tell me this isn't, you're telling me, and they spit these out daily, shaking. Are you telling me this isn't artificial intelligence doing this? Song, artist, content, licensed. So if I did all of that, I can do everything. Top comment said they wanted to bring in the alien agenda. Folks, it ain't just going to be some alien agenda. Does the Bible say it's an alien agenda? What did I tell you I was going to show you all the four sides, right? And y'all have probably seen that before. They did a great job. It was called The Monolith Ritual 2001: A Space Odyssey in 2020. And if y'all have never watched something called Secrets in Plain Sight, then I've got to get that for y'all. Yeah, there was a monolith, by the way, that sat right outside the Twin Towers. It was a Hilton in the shape of a monolith, and they even called it a monolith, I believe. There it is. And it's called Hilton Monolith after the word Lilith. They show you a lot of Hilton symbolism. Monolith that watched those towers fall. Just like the monoliths are popping up, and you're going to watch the Twin Towers fall, and it's called Hilton Monolith Millennium Hotel. Let's see if the word monolith is really in there, or they just threw that in there. I'm not real sure. Hilton Monolith Millennium Hotel. Millennium Hilton, New York, downtown. The word monolith is not in it. So they threw that in there telling you it is a monolith, which that's fine. I could dig that. And they say a monolith comes from the word Lilith. Monolith means Lilith. Looks like there aren't many great matches for your search. Monolith. Monolithic. Anyway, that's kind of what they were selling. Hilton, Monolith, Lilith, Millennium Hotel. They should have put Monolith in parentheses too. So it would make us think that it was the actual name of it. I thought that was pretty crazy. I can't remember what I was watching or where it is in here, where it showed the 8 sides and the corners. See how it's flattened out here? See how it's flattened out there? If I go back and put it in really good slow motion. Really good slow motion. Does that even make sense? But you see the flatness here? So it's its own side. So you got 4 sides, but you got 4 corners. So you got really 8 flat sides. Is a corner really a side? You got 8 something. 8 flat areas, we would say. That was really a good view of it right there. I think I went too far. Pan back a little bit. It's a little too shadowy. Yeah, I guess they're not the ones. This isn't the website that did it, or they did it really early in the show. One thing that was really awesome at the beginning. So they started talking about the monoliths, and they started talking about, they started showing you these astronauts that wanted to, these astronauts were punching people. They punched this dude because none of the astronauts had sworn on a Bible. Let's bring the volume down.
You want me to knock you in the head?
You want me to knock you in the head?
Well, I want you to.
Well, I want you to put your hand on this Bible.
I want you to swear to God on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
By God.
If you walked on the moon, we're given the opportunity to swear to God that
I didn't walk on the moon, damn it. I'm sorry.
you walked on the moon.
These astronauts, man. Astronaut. N-O-T, right, Jamie?
I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the hell knocked.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the hell knocked. Did you see that on the...
Down because you don't leave me alone.
That sounded like a threat. And then they said, wasn't it sad when they showed these astronauts how none of them, they all knew it was fake and they just couldn't fake it.
Beyond, they couldn't cover it up.
No, exactly.
They just couldn't do it. Bad actors. Well, they're not real actors. What do you got now? You got real actors up there. I mean, Trump has the gift, folks. Trump has the gift. The Battle of the Billionaires takes place at Wrestlemania 23. Strawberry Letter 23, 23, 23, 23, 23. It's a big number in their world, 23. We remember that, right? It was September 23 that us conspiracy theorists were always looking at.
Donald Trump fight like the hostile takeover of Donald Trump taking on WWE.
Hostile takeover. Is that what he's going to do before he gets assassinated? It's going to be a hostile takeover. Ooh, that was a big hint, wasn't it?
WWE boss Vince McMahon.
Melania. Pageant that he owned. I mean, y'all, that was my boy right there. I thought Donald Trump hung the moon. I thought he was the coolest guy ever. This isn't the Trump fight, though. This isn't where they show them like really rolling around, wrestling around on the ground. See them on the ground right there?
Another straight right to the throat. What's going on over here? This is no real estate. This is the WWE. Donald Trump. Out here. Hey, look at that. Get his mouth here. Get his mouth here.
You think Vince McMahon comes up to Joe Biden? First of all, y'all have to like really get into this. What's he hear? What she said? Vince McMahon, WWE.
According to Wikipedia, Vincent Kennedy McMahon is an American professional wrestling promoter,
Kennedy.
executive, American football executive,
Listen.
and media proprietor currently serving as the chairman and CEO of WWE
Listen.
and the founder and owner of Alpha Entertainment.
Alpha and Omega. Middle name Kennedy. I mean, Michael. 2,222. Should we just go Vince McMahon? Let's keep it simple. Nothing in there about Joe Biden, that's fine. But we sure saw the hostile takeover. We sure saw Trump. Masonic law. Oh, logic. My bad. Hunter Biden. Ooh, so a Biden does come up. And Michael taught me to go to more pages. Didn't work. Let's try it again. There it goes. The architect. So Biden should have came up by now, because I'm sure he's heavily searched. Michael Archangel. So Vatican Secrets, New World Order. I'll put that in the comments. Strawberry letter. I better put that in the comments. Apparently, it helps you not get a copyright strike, right? But yeah, there's Trump. WWE. And Michael, if you want to research his name deeper and, you know, Vince Kennedy McMahon instead of Vincent, I mean, somewhere in there, if we can get some Joe Biden stuff. Anyway, I hope my numbers thing wasn't too freaky for y'all. Test the spirits. You know, we teach the truth here. That's all I can tell you. God doesn't love everybody. He loves his sheep. Jesus said only came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You can't repent on your own. Hell is not eternal torment. The wages of sin is death. And when you look up that word death, it means you're dead. It doesn't mean you're being tortured. It doesn't mean it's a separation from God. I've heard it all. It's those spirits you can't trust. I hope that, you know, after what I've shown y'all stick with me. There's no threes. That's the only ones that I see anywhere. There's no double threes because there's a double twos. There's no double. There's a double every other, and there's a double one, double two. No threes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8s. It has 5 of them. 9 double zeros. There's no double threes anywhere. Do y'all see any double threes? I don't know why I looked for that. I don't know why I found it interesting. There's your 2001 right there. In 2022. Was that when Trump gets assassinated? That would be 21 years later, wouldn't it? I don't know, folks. I don't know nothing. But I wanted to show you all this because this is my world. It's in my head. You multiply my second wife's birthday. I'm sorry, my second wife's number, which is 10 times 28 times 1973. Combine that with, in other words, multiply that by 7 times 6. And there's no new age numbering system with multiplication. Can't find it anywhere. The Lord taught me this, or I'd done this on my own for eons. Numbers through multiplication. It's not by any way that anybody else does it. Never seen it done this way. It's not their world, in other words. In other words, I'm not tapping into their world. And it's all about the end times. It's talking about the end times. I can't figure it out. 127, 627, 127, 627, every other year. This year we're in a 127 year. That's why I was looking heavy at December 12th. December 7th. I didn't share that with y'all because I was too scared to share that stuff with y'all. Figured y'all be freaking out. Oh my God, he's a witch. Hey, and if that's what hits you, I get it. You don't have to stick around. Heck, if I'm a witch, I wouldn't want you around. I just don't think I am. And I'm no Daniel either. Kind of floating around something in between. What do you think? I don't know. So tomorrow's a big day, and it hits The new moon hits at 11:17, but the solar eclipse is 11:13. I'll put that on my Facebook. I copied and pasted it. Eastern time, we're talking. There's my American Hustle. Nobody said a word on that. Today's Bible study. It is maximum at 11:13 tomorrow. That's when it's maximum. That is when it's at its maximum. They're 4 minutes apart. How can that be? When I looked up the solar eclipse, okay. What time is the solar eclipse maximum? Sorry. Solar eclipse time, Eastern time zone maximum. Dope. December 14th, solar eclipse maximum time.
130 seconds, according to some information I found on Wikipedia.
The site I looked up earlier said it would be at 1:13. Well, that's what it's going to look like as it travels. I'm going to show y'all that they're 4 minutes apart. This is where I found it. You see where it says 11:13? Maximum eclipse, December 14th. Time in Lakeland, Florida. It's right down the street from me. Well, I'm in Winter Haven. It's 11:13 a.m. What is the exact time of the new moon in Sagittarius? What is the exact time of the new moon in Sagittarius? What was I going to? I was going to change it to what? Eastern time zone. This one has it at 1:16. Now it's looking like 1:16. Remember, I had it written down at 1:17 at one point. Did they change it? We're just looking for New York City. What does it say? New York? Well, add 3 hours, 11:16. So now they're saying 11:16. Solar eclipse is at 16:14. The new moon is at 16:06. So they're saying it's 2 minutes apart on this website. And what that lady say, the duration is 130 seconds. So when it goes full eclipse, then the moon will peak out, and that's the new moon in Sagittarius. Wow. Y'all want to see how close it's getting? So the new moon is really 116. And eclipse is we saw 1113, we've seen 1114. So I don't know which site is more official. You're definitely splitting hairs. Well, you know what I'm gonna have to do? Bring that font down a little bit. There we go. Remember that there were 12 by 15 men in those rows in iPad Goat, which could have meant December 15th. Space Odyssey comes to December 18th. We know the 21st. What we would be looking for is some kind of something going on tomorrow with tomorrow's, because tomorrow they're rolling out Warp Speed. Tomorrow is the Electoral College. So there's a ton going on tomorrow. And then you've got follow-up days. You've got the day after. You've got Friday. You've got the following Monday, the Great Conjunction. Now, my last day is the 18th, and then I'm off for 2 weeks. So I'm going to have a lot of time with y'all. I do want to do a complete breakdown of the book of Revelation again, like I've done, but this time do it on Excel like this in color code. Every time it shows the church, every time it shows the Antichrist, every time it shows the removal of the church, the sealing of the church, judgment, worship in heaven, because it's told throughout. From Revelation 6 all the way through 20 or 21, the same story is told over and over and over in layers. The book of Revelation comes in waves. It is not something that's written in order. It bounces off of each other. It bounces off of 2 Thessalonians 2. It bounces off of Matthew 24. It bounces off of Daniel 2. It bounces off of Daniel 7. And or Daniel 8. Y'all notice this cold full moon is my ex-wife's birthday, 10/28. So busted. Of course, I've got my eye on that because that's her birthday. Remember, 10/28, 10 times 28 times 1973. Our first date was December 28th of 2005. So there's a lot of things. I didn't want to bring all of that crazy stuff into us. I didn't want to bring all that crazy stuff into it. But yeah, I mean, because then it starts to make it weird, maybe. I don't know. Unless y'all are following me with it. Maybe you might be like, hey, we're with you, just go with it. Let's just see. We don't think you're a warlock. I don't think warlocks are real. I think it's a made-up name. I think witches are men and women. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, love y'all very much. Can't wait to see your comments on this one. It might be the most unique ever. Love y'all.